Welcome to Wisdom for the Day, a thought-provoking trek through the book of Proverbs, where timeless wisdom awaits. Join us as we unlock the secrets of Proverbs and transform our minds towards embracing true and godly wisdom. Each day, we'll reflect on a different proverb, in order, unraveling its layers of insight and practical application. Get ready to be inspired, challenged, and empowered to live a life of purpose and righteousness. Wisdom for your day starts now. Today is day 166. We're in the 15th chapter of the book of Proverbs, verses 1 and 2, from the New Living Translation.
A gentle answer deflects anger, but harsh words make tempers flare. The tongue of the wise make knowledge appealing, but the mouth of a fool belches out foolishness.
In verse 1, if we choose our words carefully, then we'll get a good reaction. When we tell people about God, we should be polite. We should not use angry words. These are going to just upset people. However, sometimes we need to warn people like Jesus did in John chapter 2, 13 through 16. In verse 2, we love to listen to wise people. Their words teach us and encourage us. We don't benefit from the words of a foolish person who hates wisdom. A fool's going to say many things. However, everything that he says is foolish. Now, unfortunately, Solomon became obsessed with power and wealth and neglected to ensure justice for the poor. Now, while he was generous to those in his court, many poor people suffered as he built great palaces for his 300 wives and 700 concubines and stables for his numerous horses and chariots. Solomon needed to practice what he preached. Now, despite Solomon's failures as a king, his proverbs still hold valuable wisdom. With all the anger on the news networks and social media, our society could benefit from using gentle words to diffuse anger. The same person who wrote the book of Proverbs also commanded the enslavement of Hebrews and allowed the worship of foreign gods in Jerusalem. This shows that we can be both wise and foolish, not necessarily in our words, but in our actions. So let me ask you, we need wise friends who'll call us out when we're being foolish. Do you have a friend who keeps you accountable? Guest reader on today's episode was Kimmy Shirley. If you would like to be a guest reader on Wisdom for the Day, send me an email at rick@renewedmindsets.com. Well, that's all for today, but I'll be back tomorrow with more of Solomon's wise teachings. For free Wisdom of the Day merch, head to buymeacoffee.com/renewedmindsets and consider becoming a community member. The executive producer of Wisdom for the Day is Yelena McClelland. The co-producer and spiritual advisor is Kimmy Shirley. Intro music by Weston McCurry. If you like this show, do me a favor and tell someone about it. Share it with them. I'd really appreciate it. Until tomorrow, I'm Rick. I love you. See ya.
Hello. Do you ever feel defeated as a Christian in the confusing times we live in today? This is where God's Loving Sacrifice podcast comes in. We do Bible studies to help you strengthen your walk with the Lord in today's crazy world. We also encourage you to share the gospel and the love of Christ with this world in need. John 3:16 tells us about God's loving sacrifice, and we use the Word of God to help you find a fresh perspective on issues like forgiveness, love, obedience, mercy, and reconciliation. Join us as we delve into the true essence of faith in God and our call to go into the world and preach the gospel. So listen at www.godslovingsacrifice.com.